Good morning, guys. So before this, we had one particular assignment. So if I go to here and just close this thing, and yeah, if I go to here, and when we saw the visual polish section, our assignment was to add visual polish to the app by following the specifications from our designer. Okay, and these were the red lines that we were following and everything. But before we even began that, so when we looked at this different backgrounds model, he asked us a question as to where we think the color information will be stored. So finally, we were able to answer in the word adapter. Okay, so this was the initial word adapter, which is a new word adapter, and it had only two arguments. The first one was the context, and the other one was the objects, right? And finally, we added another thing for the colors. Okay, and our assignment was to first modify the word adapter to accept the color as third input, and then modify the word adapter, to set the correct background color on each list item, and then to modify all these activities. So we are just gonna go ahead and do all of these things at one time. Okay. So the first order of business is to go to word adapter. So let me just go to Android Studio and go to word adapter. So here I have the word adapter. And as we can see, if I open this, here we have to accept three arguments, and this is I mean any resource ID is gonna be of the type integer. So that's exactly what I want to do. So I'll say int color ID. Now the thing is, although I accepted the color ID here, I have to use it somewhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a global variable. Okay, I'll say int global color ID, and I'm gonna store this particular color ID in the global color ID. So I'll say color global color ID equals to color ID. Okay. Now the next order of business is to set this thing as the background color. Okay. So yeah, if you want, we can even set it to private. So yeah, if we are only using it in this particular class, yeah, I guess we can do that. I mean, I can set private in global color ID or something. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is insert this list item view. Let me add some comments. I'll say this is the current list item view, and we have to set the background color to global color ID. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. I'll say list item view dot set background resource global color ID. So we are going to use this color ID here. Okay. Now that we have given us, now that I gave it three arguments, obviously I have to modify it. Okay. So if I open numbers activity.java, as you can see here, it shows as an error that it needs one more resource. Okay. And if you guys look at the file here, we were able to create some more identities in the color.xml and store the particular values over there. Okay, so let's just go ahead to the colors XML and store these values over there. Okay, so I'll go to colors.xml and I'll start creating the values. I'll say color name equals to category numbers, category underscore numbers. Could you open colors.xml? Okay. And in the categories dot colors dot numbers, the first one is hashtag FD8E09, right? Then we have color category family for the family activity. Okay, and the value is 379237. So hashtag 379237. Then we have color category colors for the colors activity, category colors, and the value is 880080. So we have 880080. Finally, we have one more color for the phrases. So category phrases, and the value is 16 AFCA. So we have 16 AFCA. Actually, there is one more color that we have to add. So let me just see here. Okay, if I go to our draw finder and when I open it here, okay, here we also have the background color for the entire main activity. So let's just add that as well. Okay, so I'll just say category. Let me close this thing. Okay, and here we go. Color name equals to category underscore main activity or something. Okay, I'll say main activity. Okay, and what is the color name? It is hashtag triple F 7DA. Hashtag triple F 7DA. Okay, so with that being said, I mean, I was able to create all of these things. Now what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and add these values in the numbers activity and in the rest of the activities. So here I'll say r dot color dot numbers, no category numbers. That is done. Now let me just do the same for all rest of the activities. So we have r dot color dot family. Okay, and in the numbers activity, I'll say r dot color dot family. Oh, sorry, I already used this. I don't know why I made that. The numbers activity is already full. In the phrases activity, r dot color dot phrases. Okay, and finally in the colors activity. So r dot color dot colors. So let me just run the app and see if this is actually working on. So I'm turning on the virtual machine and our app is obviously running. So obviously the Gradle is building and stuff, but the next thing that we have to do is look at our main Miwok application and see if it was actually capable of giving all those things background colors. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we go. So when I go to numbers, I got the entire color. I mean, there is still work to be done about changing the background color for the images and stuff. But right now, as we could see, we were able to add background color for each of the activities, for the phrases, for the colors and everything. And I mean, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and change the background colors of these actual activities too, because during the initial creation, we just used any color we want. But right now, let's go ahead and change these things as well. So let me just go to main activity.xml. So in layout, if I go to activity main.xml and if I go to the text section, so instead of these colors, I'll just use our colors. So I'll say r dot color. We have Android background, right? So let me go Android background equals to cut colors color, and the first one is numbers. So here it is. And for the next thing as well. So let me just remove this for family and say at color family. Okay. And for colors as well. At, oh, not here, sorry. At color colors. And for the final thing, phrases as well. So at color phrases. So now, if I could, let me just push the changes. Okay, now when I do that, here we go. Our app looks exactly same with the background colors. So we still have to do the images and stuff. I mean, set the background color for the images and stuff. Now we will see how we are gonna do that. Okay. So first things first, I actually noticed that our application, the entire main activity had this particular background color. So let me just go ahead and do that. So I'll say uh, art, sorry, background, obviously, equals to art color main activity. So here we go. We were able to get it. And now the next order of business is to set the background of every image view to do that. So it's extremely simple. All I have to do is go to word adapter, and here we have to say we are obviously setting the image view here, right? So we just have to set the background color for that image view here. Okay. We are saying set the background color for the image. Okay, so we do that here. I'll say default image view dot set image background. I think how do I set that? I'll set background. No, that is not working. So we just have to Google how to set the background color for an image. Okay, or could we do it here? I mean, in the list item view and use this. Let me just check it out. Okay, here let me just say background equals to main activity. Yeah, I think we could do it here instead of doing it in the Word adapter. So let me just run the app and see if that is working. So here you go. I'm running the application. And yeah, my app is running, and when I open, yeah, here we go. This is working extremely fine. I mean, we still have to take care of this padding and everything, but I think we will do that as well. Okay, but we will look at the padding and everything in the next video. But right now, this was about adding the background image, adding the background colors and basically setting the background colors for each and everything. So I think we were able to achieve that perfect. With that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay.